So I started this art series 2 years ago, a challenge I give myself every year, and this one not quite finished just yet. And that's okay. As life has its ebbs and flows, perhaps it's meant to be that the time is now. Better late than never, right? The time has come to recommit and follow through. So in this video, I will walk you through my process, my intentions, purpose, and we'll complete the first illustration together out of the 31 that I set out to do. After a lot of self-reflection, I realized I don't want to give up on it. No art shall be abandoned. Let's begin. Whenever taking on a larger series or challenge, I have a little notebook. And in this notebook is where a lot of my ideas start flowing, planning, and I decide what my intention is here, what is my overall goal, and what is my why. This helps me stay on track, it helps remind me of why I started in the first place, and it's my way of just keeping self-discipline. With every challenge, I realize there's so much growth and possibilities to understand your art and expand it. A chance for you to develop your voice and just get to know yourself better as an artist too. And with that, I always come back to personalizing it and just romanticizing the process. Why not? I see this as a cover page that lets me explore the whys and my intentions, and why not make it appealing to look at, kind of like how I really enjoy starting the sketchbooks and setting the mood for the pieces. I take on this challenge every year and for my birthday month, and this one I decided to do a daily critter series. As I recommit to this project, I decided that I will be taking a bit more time for it, which is okay to do and it's okay to readjust. But my goals will stay the same, as I really wanted to revisit graphite on paper, get back into my love for drawing, and just play with expressions and have the art build happiness and smiles. Setting intentions and goals has always been really helpful to following through. But with art, there's always room for in-the-moment surprises that may come, so be open to that as well. And the art itself is going to be fueled by the prompt list. After getting clear with myself on my intentions and goals, I deliberately and carefully curated a prompt list. This time, fun critters that rhyme. Lizard wizard, goat in a coat, you get the picture. So here is the prompt list. I printed it out, and this way I can paste it in my notebook. Then over here is the first word, and it's spunky monkey. I really wanted this to be something that's going to bring joy and a childlike fun to it. Something that can be clever and interesting, and a place where imagination can run free. With the challenge, of course. I print out the list itself to stay on track, and I paste it in this notebook. And if you've been watching the channel, you may remember the alphabet series. I also set out the goals here for there as well. And what I love about this notebook in specific is you can actually just easily remove the pages in case you want to put them in other parts of the book. Super easy to scan in, and it's just a great way that I found to have a system that works for me. I always say play around and see what you jive with, but I was excited to share this one with you. And now that the mood is set, let's talk about supplies. Oh, keep your eyes on the road, let go and just roll with it, just roll with it. I wanted to keep it relatively simple for this one, so I decided on a 6x8 drawing paper. There are 24 sheets here, so I decided to get 2 of them. This will be enough for 30 plus drawings. I love the ivory color that this paper has. I love this paper in general. And I thought it's a pretty good size for a daily drawing for the series. And it's got a slide tooth, not too much, which is awesome. I will be using a Blackwing pencil for the graphite, and for the nook and crannies and little details, I love my Mono Zero eraser by Tombow. Relatively simple and quite small supply list to put all the energy into making the art. The first prompt is spunky monkey, so I always begin by writing down the words that embody this prompt. Writing these words help me create the mood for the illustration, the body language that the character will have, and once again helps me stay on track while the mind is figuring out all these different ways to create this character and bring it to life. After drawing out a few, this one is the one that stood out to me the most. I liked both of those, but his body language was the one. He's got a nice little spunky strut going, he's got his head up high, and he's just courageously strolling through with some high spirits. Every element matters, and I learned I'm somebody who likes to take all the little details into account. So this sketch is relatively small, so what I need to do now is grab a photo of it, bring it into my iPad, develop it a little further, and then transfer it over to my final piece of paper. And with keeping the initial sketches on the side, the fun and journey of the process continues on completing the finished illustration. Let's bring our spunky monkey to life. As I was picking this project back up and sharing it with the world, I really wanted to connect with my audience and ask over on Instagram if anyone has ever felt that they've picked up a project that they haven't finished. And here were some statistical responses and percents. Super interesting. With the first prompt, I was so excited to get back into graphite because it really just allowed me to create the illustration and focus on the character, the values. And I actually personally love the way graphite looks and the simplicity of it, but I find it to be very raw and beautiful at the same time. Plus, I've never done a full series in graphite, so this was really great to focus on the character themselves. I can always color them after, right? His expression was so important to me. I wanted it to just fully feel and embody the prompt, and I wanted him to lead the way into the whole series. Perhaps I did this subconsciously also in the last series where I had the first prompt be letter A for adventure, but hey, starting any series or challenge is definitely an adventure. As the drawing unfolds, a quick word from our awesome sponsors, Squarespace. With every graphite mark, I wanted the feeling of the character to feel very fuzzy, and he has all this texture of his fur. So when I was creating that with the graphite, I wanted to really communicate that. As you know, with Squarespace, we've been working together for a while now, and it's my favorite place to hold my shop, share my portfolio, and whether you're a beginner or you're doing this full time, it's the perfect place for somebody to find more about you. If there's anyone that ever has a question, I can send them over to my website. I just launched a new little booklet that I wrote and illustrated, and I have uploaded. It was so easy to upload. You just simply drag and drop and it's ready to go. The all-in-one platform has award-winning templates, so everything is very professionally displayed. If you're curious, give it a try by going to squarespace.com for your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, head over to squarespace.com/JessCarp for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And you'll be strutting along, getting everything set up like this spunky monkey. Upon some reflection and back and forth, I did a little bit of research, and I do think that art deserves to be finished. But I also learned that at certain times in your life, you may pick it back up and it can turn out even better because of the skills and things that you've learned, whether it's a sense of accomplishment, skill development, clarity of vision. It's really all part of the process. I have to admit, there have been times where I've been having this internal feeling that like a project isn't complete, right? And I don't want to be giving up on it. But instead of choosing negative thoughts, I'm going to choose to keep my head up high and know that it just needed a little bit of breathing room to pick back up at this time in my life. I'm choosing to trust and accept the timing of it, and also choosing to share it with you in case it's something that you've experienced before, and in hopes that it'll inspire you to follow your heart with that one project or a few that you may have put off to the side for a little while. Some things are meant to be just as they are, and well, sometimes you could just try again, right? Every art challenge and every discipline moment we set out for ourselves, we give ourselves an opportunity to show us that we are there for us and that we have the capability to follow through. And all it takes is just that one step, and then another, and then another. And speaking of which, check out that little tiny foot I am so proud of. I think it's just so delicate and really embodies his position and the way he takes his walk. Acknowledge what you're proud of because it helps you keep going. We often tell ourselves that we'll do it soon, or we'll try tomorrow or another time, only to wake up or go to sleep one day realizing so much time has passed. And that's where I learned that the time is now. So according to Google, monkeys are actually scared of bees. And I'm thinking that I want to add either birds or bees in the background. And when I did further research and I thought about the word spunky, which its definition is brave, courageous, I thought it would be perfect if I add little bumblebees around. If monkeys are said to be scared of bees and they're actually a little bit nervous around the bees, I'm thinking that it would be best to add the bees, and that way he's like walking and he's not scared of anything. He's completely fearless, and I think that really ties perfectly into the word brave. I love how it's coming out so far, and I'm just over the moon creating today. It's always really nice to get honest with yourself and just reflect. Look at him go with his full confidence and smiles with the bees, and a beautiful reminder that sometimes we learn to walk alongside our fears and create a different relationship with them, a sweeter one perhaps. With each layer as it progresses, I am reminded that sharing the process, filming it, posting daily, it does take up a lot, but there's nothing that we can't do. Maybe just the sails need to be adjusted, and it teaches you to slow down, and maybe this one needs more time to develop and grow. I also want you to know that it's okay to try again, share things when you're ready to, and when it's best for you. But I'm also a firm believer on not giving up on something until you've literally tried it all at least. And in a way, it's also showing me that I don't want to abandon something that's a part of me. And whether or not I know what it looks like for now, I'm still choosing to take this step forward. Because in the end, I know I'll regret not doing it rather than following through all the way. Oh my god, I love it so much. Oh. Do you ever just smile at your own art? Because I'm having one of those moments. Oh yeah, and another beauty is looking back at this footage from 2 years ago reminds me how much fun I was having with it, how much happiness the creative world brought. And even though it's difficult, those two things can exist at the same time. As I completed the touch-ups, all this is just to share authentically and from truth. And now that all that is out of the heart, here is the final reveal of our first of the series and one of many, Spunky Monkey. Stay tuned for the process of the next illustrations and follow me over on Instagram where I'll share some short form content of these as well. Cheers, and remember that you are loved no matter what happens. Stay creative, stay curious, and much, much love. Till next time.